These teams both look to get out and run at every opportunity.
Oh, that's right. They're fast breaking that open court basketball. Very much in favor in today's game. I mean, it's fun to watch for the fans, too. Plenty of highlights.
So fun. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So on the floor for Houston. Paul out there with Harden. Then it's Mbamute. Then there's Ryan Anderson. And it's Capella in at the 5, roaming the paint. Irving passes to Buckets. Smart, wide open, he fires. Misses the 3. Celtics on D. Anderson dishes to Paul. It's deflected. And stolen by Hayward. Here's Irving. And they cash in right away with the quick shot.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Isn't that when you use your other skills like your mindset? That's just a high basketball IQ play right there. He knew he was no match inside. So what did he do? He pulled his defender out farther from the hoop.
And Anderson kicks to Harden. 6 to shoot. Anderson the screen. Over in the corner, Mbamute goes up on the wing. And Boston with the rebound. Launches a 3. Harden with the defensive effort. Boston on D. Paul outside. Capella kicks to Harden. Pass to Mbamute. Another miss by Houston. For Boston, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Ball against Irving. There's the screen. Here's Horford. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Horford's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And that's what Horford can open things up for the whole team offensively. I mean, that's where he can. Off the catch and shoot, bottoms up.
Harden outside. Here's Paul. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
It's early. He's off to a terrific start. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep his foot on the pedal.
Irving kicks to Horford. Rebounded by Capella.
When he gets it that close to the basket, usually it's a sure flush. But the defense stepped up and stopped him cold in his tracks.
The shot's good from Paul.
Ooh, shaky possession, but somehow he gets the shot to fall.
Irving kicks to Horford. Horford with a screen on Harden. Picked by Horford. Irving for 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Not really nice there. Poor technique on the screen, but savvy scoring move to save that trip down the floor.
Now Harden. This one for 3. The shot off that time. Here's Smart. They get it back. Rockets have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Harden the pass to Anderson. Tipped away. Houston moving it around. Harden outside. Feeds it to Capella. And it's sent back by Horford.
Wow, the rim protection by Horford. I mean, Al Horford standing 6'10", always played bigger. Boy, shooting with a lot of confidence from deep. You have to get up on him.
Irving with the ball. 5 points in the game. Paul outside to the paint. Harden dishes to Capella. A quick shot there, and it's off target.
You can bet if he's left open from there again, he's probably going to knock that one down.
Now here's Smart, defended by Paul. Smart kicks to Horford. Again, the miss by Horford.
He's really had a rough quarter on the offensive side of the floor.
Over in the corner, Mbamute. That 3 off the mark. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Irving.
Now that appears to be lack of communication between those two. Just mistimed the pass altogether.
at the elbow, Paul. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. That one on Horford. Well, one thing that Chris Paul has always been known for is his presence, Greg, on the defensive end. Just a smart and fundamentally sound defender who knows certainly how to disrupt a ball handler.
No doubt. In the modern NBA, there are so many guards that can beat you one-on-one. But Paul makes your shots tougher than probably anybody else in the league. Still, with the quick hands, he will come up with more than his fair share of steals.
So he gets them both.
Obviously one of the better free throw shooters in the league. We expect this out of him.
Here's Irving. 5 points in the game. Horford the pass to Hayward. Horford sets a screen for Hayward. Off the pick. And there's Horford. That's good on the assist by Hayward. Horford's got 5.
And Horford can turn it up. I mean, just setting some teeth-rattling screens and then insult to injury, rolling in for the buck.
Paul, right side, down low, Capella, and the dunk by Capella.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, earlier I spoke with Mike D'Antoni. He said the focus defensively is going to be making things difficult inside. He wants to get them off the three-point line and make them take as many mid-range shots as possible. Kevin?
Thank you, David. They set the pick. Paul for 3. Good on the three-point shot. He's got 11.
Oh, he has really played to his maximum potential this quarter. What a performance.
And here is Irving. Horford with the screen on Paul. Outside Irving. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Paul. Now here's Harden. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lets it go with a 3. No good that time, and it's Boston the other way. Smart dishes to Irving. Anderson with the block. Paul kicks to Harden. Stolen by Smart. There's the dish to Irving. Picked by Horford. From the arc. Again, Irving missing. Houston leading by 4. Paul outside. Anderson the screen. Capella the pass to Paul. 5 to shoot. And Mbamute kicks to Anderson. And Hayward with a clear path to the hoop. And the layup falls. Hayward's got his first points of the game.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
And Houston calls their first timeout of the game.
And I tell you what, Gordon Hayward just steadily has grown into one of the better offensive players in the league. He does a great job of scoring it off the dribble. He's also at that small forward position, can be kind of a point forward, if you will, with his playmaking ability. And I like to call him, use a baseball term, he's like a 5-tooler. I mean, he does all the things you want a basketball player to do well on the floor. And to cap it all off, he is a great teammate as well.
New group in for the Celtics. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Horford. Marcus Morris comes in for buckets. Brown, he's checked in for Gordon Hayward. And it's Green in for Marcus Smart. Houston with a big group substitution here. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Harrell comes in for Anderson. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Mbamute. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Talking about Hayward's versatility on offense, some would say his ability to cover smaller, quicker players defensively is another reason his star is on the rise.
His ability to get stops on the ball as well as provide quick help to his teammates is really priceless. The question now is ceiling. How much better overall can Hayward get? Some think he's more of a number 2 guy than a superstar. Some will tell you the sky's the limit.
And when you talk about a player having an NBA-ready body, you want them to have the strength to compete with vets right off the bat. And make no mistake about it, Jaylen Brown has an NBA-ready body.
I'm just not sure the NBA is ready for him. I mean, he is a physical monster. Takes contact like defenders are insects and can still finish strong through the foul. Has a combo of speed, strength, length, and endurance that you rarely see from a player his age.
He makes 1 of 2 that time.
And Brown is just an exceptional player. Really love whenever he shows off his athletic ability.
Gordon kicks to Nene. Dishes it to Harrell. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Gordon, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says thank you very much and sails in for the flush.
But it's surprising, Kev, to see so little urgency on the defensive side, especially with them losing this game right now.
Leaves the dishes to Paul. Here's Harrell. Doesn't go for it. And it's Boston the other way.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
That'll be Boston as it goes out of bounds. Celtics retain possession. Left side, Brown. Irving with a clean look.
Well, he hasn't gotten much to fall, and it's costing his team dearly.
That's another miss. Number 4. He's 2 for 6 shooting. Here's Gordon, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Here's Gordon. Paul outside. Gets an open look and hits. Paul's got 15.
His team is up, and he still is having a phenomenal quarter from the field. Look out.
Pass to Morris. Outside, Green. From deep. That doesn't go either for Green. Here's Houston now. They're on a 16-7 run. In the corner, it's Gordon. The feed to Nene. And the first shot of the night for him, missing. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Morris a screen. Here's Baines, guarded by Nene. 6 on the shot clock. And Baines kicks to Morris. Boston again missing.
You were shocked when he misses open shots like that. The D should be thanking their lucky stars right now.
It's good. And the Rockets lead by 9.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And Morris really using his 235-pound frame on the glass. He's incredible at boxing out. Now, you have to like the efficiency that Marcus Morris plays with. Not so much his shooting percentages, but how effective he can be without touches. He can score without taking a lot of shots. He knows how to follow up misses in the paint and get second-chance scores.
Free throw good from Morris. And with the qualities Christie described about Marcus Morris, that's why he's viewed as a valuable role player on this team.
Well, Kev, you have to love him. He can eat up minutes on the floor and not necessarily need to be involved to leave his mark on the game. You don't have to call a lot of plays for this guy. He can fit into any lineup and play multiple positions, which helps too.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
The Celtics have made 2 of their previous 3 free throws in today's game. first one falls for him. And modern NBA defenses have changed pretty dramatically since the league stopped enforcing man-to-man as the only strategy. What do you see from that change?
I see from that change guys kind of losing their skill one-on-one, having to score because they aren't used to playing against true defenses. I think sometimes it's a cop-out for the defense. I think the NBA is a different league. I think that the NBA are the best players in the world, and therefore you should be able to guard your man one-on-one. I think that rule may have been put in place so that coaches can hide defenders on their team that can't play defense, but yet still keep them as an integral part of the team on offense on the other end. So I'm definitely not a big fan of it, but hey, it's a rule, and if I were a coach, I'd definitely use it if I saw fit. But it's just so hard to rebound on defense, so easy for the offense to rebound because you can't see. You have to communicate that much more. But, hey, if you're playing against a team that is shooting the lights out and you want to stop penetration sometime, that may be the way to go, but not a big fan of the zone.
Like that. And both free throws good for Nene. When you watch the Rockets play, you can bet your house that they are going to see a lot of free throws. And Chris, not only does this team get to the line a lot, but they also have a tendency to send their opponents there as well.
Well, they do get to the line at an alarming rate. This group has been in the top 3 of free throws attempted by teams for years now. They just know how to create contact. He could not have been more wide open. I'm sure he's kicking himself for missing out.
Green against Gordon. And there's the pass to Nene. Kicks it out to Gordon. Shoots it. Rebounded by the Celtics. Morris passes to Irving. He feeds it to Baines. To the inside. Brown. And then Brown with the dunk.
What an athletic play from Brown, showing off his man hops on these jams.
Paul dishes to Ariza. He kicks it to Harrell. Houston moving the ball around. Gordon outside. And Baines pulls it down. Celtics trail by 4. Brown kicks to Morris. The kick out to Irving. From deep three-point range. No good on that one. And so the first quarter is in the books. Rockets lead by 4. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. You talk to Chris Paul, and it's clear he was born to play the point guard position.
Fortunately, I've always been vertically challenged, so I've never had to play power forward or center on anybody's team. I've been passing and getting into the lane, dishing the ball off to a teammate, helping people score my entire career.
Vertically challenged, that's classic coming from Chris Paul. But, seriously, Greg, he's taken that challenge and made the most of what he's got. A terrific play.
Really, and you know what? He's actually turned that challenge on his head when he goes right at much bigger players and uses their size against them.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
It's all about their defense. They have just done a terrific job of negating the timing and spacing of their opponent.
Oh, yeah, great communication. The guys are quick and rotating help and playing with a lot of energy.
This is how the floor looks for the Rockets starting the second. They've got Trevor Ariza, Gordon out there with Harden. Then there's Nene, and it's Big Red in at the 4.
You just love how Harden moves the rock. When a teammate is wide open, he gets it to him so fast.
Now Smart. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Morris passes to Hayward. And the three ball is good.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Harden kicks to Gordon. Harden outside. Back to Gordon. To the left side wing. On the wing, Harden. Guarded by Smart. And stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Back to Hayward. Kicks it to Smart. He dishes it to Brown. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Gordon, the pass to Big Red. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. Big Red's got his first basket.
And a big height advantage right there.
That's just a smart play. As soon as he caught the ball with the smaller man on him, he squared up and smoothly knocked that one down.
Brown outside. Buries the long-range jumper. Brown's got 6.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Harden outside. Nene outside. There's Gordon with the 3. The three-pointer is right on target. Gordon's got his second bucket of the game to go. Well, Chris, we have a question for you sent in from one of our fans from Todd up in New Hampshire. They want to know what your favorite moment was as an NBA player, a question I'm also curious to know about.
Wow. My favorite moment as an NBA player, very honestly, I would say would be the day of being drafted. I mean, you know, after then you have so many great moments, so many players that you play with that you love to play with. It's hard to separate anything without disrespecting another moment. So I just really feel that the greatest moment of my career was stepping on that stage in Detroit at the Palace in my hometown with my finger up and just knowing that I made it. You know, for all of us, the goal is to make it. It's not about to be a Hall of Famer. It's not about to be an All-Star. It's not about to win a championship, even though those are dreams. But you can't do it until, you know, you make it. And so for me, putting that suit on, seeing my father shed tears, you know, seeing my mother's eyes and the twinkle she had in her eyes, seeing my brothers and 3 brothers and my sister, how happy they were, you know, that definitely was the moment because it was a family moment and it was for Detroit. And so it was special.
Well said. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it's always a transition and a difficult one for college coaches to come to the pros, but Celtics coach Brad Stevens made one of the smoothest we've seen after leading Butler to back-to-back national championship games. You hear that buzz from players to opposing coaches. Greg Popovich said, "I really respect what he does. His team executes. I'll still watch his Butler tape. Trying to learn some stuff, to be honest with you. I praise indeed, fellas."
And Popovich, really the godfather of the active coaches right now, D.A. His voice carries certainly a lot of weight in this league. Thank you. Marcus Morris is just one of those players, Chris, that when you look at the stat sheet at the end of the night, he is bound to have ink in almost every column on there.
Well, he can rebound. He can hit the jimmies from outside, hit the tough ones inside. He has good vision for his position. Morris may never be an all-star and doesn't do one thing great, but does everything well. He just finds a way to make plays in the game, and it shows up in his numbers.
And the Celtics always looking for players with a chip on their shoulder. And I think in Marcus Smart, Chris, they've found that guy that fits that mold.
Well, let's be honest, his temper has gotten the best of him at times. But the Celtics prefer a guy that they have to rein in a little as opposed to one that they have to try to light a fire up under.
Good on the second free throw.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
And Mbamute kicks to Harden. Passes it to Mbamute. Gordon against Hayward. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Chris, who do you think is the most versatile player in the league?
Wow, that's a great question. I think you have to just go with LeBron. LeBron is the most versatile player because we're not only talking about can he play point guard, can he play power forward, can he pass, can he dribble, but he can also play defense. And so we mention two-way players a lot, but we don't talk about the offensive skill set many of these two-way players have, and none of them have a better offensive skill set than LeBron.
Very good point. He hits both from the stripe.
Wow, and the big man Capella has proven to be a reliable role player, a strong physical presence who takes smart shots and contributes well on D.
Horford dishes to Smart. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Now, when you think about Marcus Smart, the 6th overall pick by the Celtics in 2014 after 2 seasons at Oklahoma State, shooting has been the question mark. Those percentages are definitely not pretty, and it's about shot selection as well as his ability to knock them down.
And the first one at the line is good. And for Marcus Smart's improvement as a player, Chris, what do you think is the first order of business?
I think it's the shooting. This team has other players who can distribute the ball. Whether he ends up playing point or off the ball, his ability to score efficiently will be critical.
And so, Smart nails both of them.
At 6'4", 220 pounds, Marcus Smart might be the most physically imposing point guard in the league, especially with his fiery approach to the game.
And Harden wide open. He shoots. Another miss by Houston. Boston trailing. Pass to Buckets. Feeds it to Hayward. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Wow, that looks like he forgot that there's an out of bounds in basketball. Not sure how he made that mistake.
Irving's checked in for Marcus Morris. Houston's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Gordon kicks to Harden. Here's Capella. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That one on Horford.
Oh, man, and the 6'10" frame of Capella. I mean, when it's close inside, he's a huge threat to put the ball in the bucket.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here. That's good from Capella.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Second free throw, no good. Well, it's no secret, Chris, that Mike D'Antoni is an offensive-minded coach.
Well, everywhere he's gone, offense has not been the problem for his team. He's long been regarded as the mastermind of one of the best offensive teams ever with the Suns. A lot of his assistants from those days are now head coaches in the league or in front offices.
Outside Irving, pulls it from the elbow. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Irving's got the game tied up here for Boston.
The mid-range jumper, one of his specialties.
Irving against Harden. Back to Gordon. From deep. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
He continues to build on his outstanding play during the first quarter.
Irving passes to Buckets. The rebound by Anderson.
The defense is well aware of how good he is from there and did a great job of forcing that miss.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And Capella is very efficient down deep, using his muscle to get off the shots he wants inside.
This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line.
Not the best statistic for him in terms of his performance at the line. Very low numbers.
Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Boston. Gerald Green comes in for Marcus Smart. That's good from Capella. And this is a young Celtics team. Even the vets still just entering their prime years. Chris, they've built from within, and what a great environment to develop in.
I mean, come on, one of the best. A great tradition and history of winning. A passionate and knowledgeable fan base. Committed ownership and front office. The players are given everything they need to be successful.
And really just trying to take the wind out of their sails here, I think. You know, they're on the wrong end of a run and need to just kind of exhale.
And Coach may need to revisit his play calling because it feels more like the other team is anticipating their every move.
Celtics trail by 6. Irving with it. Can't hit from 12.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Harden left side. To the inside. It's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession.
Well, close to picking that one off.
Oh, he gets a great jump on it. Barely bounces off his fingertips.
Chris Paul's checked in for Houston. Anderson the screen. 5 to shoot. Goes back up. And it's good on the way in. Anderson's got 5 now.
He's just a tireless competitor. Have to body him up or he'll roast you on the offensive boards every time.
He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
No clue how he got that one to fall.
Celtics have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight. And Chris, for the Celtics, a depth of talent, great coach, but they admit they've been looking to get that transcendent player to take them to the next level.
Well, I know this for a fact. You can go a long way with chemistry and depth, but it's tough to win it all without a superstar player or two. You know this front office will continue to be aggressive, looking to position themselves for a run at an 18 championship.
That's a 2 from Paul. Again, the miss by Paul.
He's been able to connect here in the second half after hitting one in the first.
Irving against Anderson. Outside Irving. Back to Hayward. The Celtics working the ball around now. Rebounded by Capella. Rockets leading by 5. Here's Harden on the wing. Guarded by Green. Anderson with the screen for Paul. Lets the 3 fly. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
And that's what happens when you have little to no communication defensively. He has the stroke to burn you from out there. Don't you see that?
Paul against Irving. And taken away by Paul. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now a 10-point Houston lead.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
They set the screen. Boston again missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Kept alive. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
He just needs some time to warm up. After a difficult first period, he has turned on the Jets in the second quarter.
Harrell, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. For Houston, they have knocked down 8 of 9 free throw attempts. I'd say those numbers read pretty well. And that one misses. And a problem that this Rocket team, Chris, has had to deal with the last few seasons is quitting on themselves during games.
I mean, that's something you have to bring to the table as a player yourself. That's something that is very hard to coach out of a team or prevent because it's all on the mentality of the players. Just mental lapses in general have been a big problem for the Rockets over the last couple of seasons. And it's a shame because they have been so deadly when they all have their heads in the game from start to finish.
To the middle. Here's buckets. No good there. So Houston will take it the other way. Paul outside. The dish now to Capella. Back to Paul. Good for the basket. Number 9. He's only missed 2 shots from the floor all night.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
Yeah, enough scoring on the inside there. I think it's time for him to send a message to his team.
Oh, well, they have to become more physical defensively and really commit to protecting that painted area.
A shot by Hayward, wide open, and he sends the shot coming off the strong pick. Hayward's got 7 points here in this quarter. Here's Harrell. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Shoots a 3, drills it from outside. And the Rockets lead by 13.
Oh, you like how hard he spots up his teammates perfectly. I mean, he just knows how to get them the ball in the right places.
Hayward with the ball. Chris Paul covering. Outside, Green. Back to Hayward. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Now, in 2013, the Celtics began their rebuild in earnest. Right away, they made some great moves hiring Brad Stevens from the college ranks to take over as head coach. And also, a terrific trade with Brooklyn, getting 3 first-round picks and the right to swap picks in exchange for Garnett and Paul Pierce.
The first one falls. And you talk about that trade with the Nets. Looking back, what a trade for the Celtics.
Wow, I forgot about that. Yeah, Brooklyn's run with Pierce and KG was short-lived, and as their fortunes have waned, it's been one heck of a windfall for these guys in green. So many young assets. You knew they had to make some moves just to fit their roster limitations.
Hayward hits them both. Well, it was a very disappointing 2016 for the Rockets, once again ousted by Golden State, but this time it was in the first round as an 8th seed.
Well, you can see the Rockets falling behind the rest of the West last year, and you had the feeling the season was going to be rough for them. Changing coaches in the middle of the season like they did is also a tough thing to overcome. Hard to believe that they are a year removed from playing in the Western Conference Finals.
Celtics trail by 11, and the wide open shot from Green. Again, the miss by the Celtics. 3-pointer. Kept alive by Houston. Capella.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line. That's good from Capella.
Now, some teams just always happen to have one position that is filled by a great player. For the Rockets, that position is center.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Zeller, he's checked in for Hayward. And it's Brown in for Gerald Green. Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Rockets. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. Celtics shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Irving dishes to Zeller. There's the pick. And the pass to Buckets. Takes a big height bounce and goes in. And you look back, Chris, at the names of the centers for the Houston Rockets: Ralph Sampson, Akeem Olajuwon, Yao Ming. I mean, incredible to have talent like that all in a row.
And most recently, Dwight Howard. But Akeem is undoubtedly the best of the bunch, but all were arguably the best of their position when they played in Houston. The fans of the Rockets have been spoiled for decades with all the great big men that have played for their teams.
Out of bounds, Celtics ball as Boston keeps possession. Big Reds checked in for Houston. Pick by Zeller. Shot, high post. That one doesn't drop. Some solid D from Paul. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Ariza kicks to Harden. Here's Big Red. The Rockets with another miss. And here is Brown. 9 points in the game so far. Passes it to Buckets. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so we wrap up the first half. Rockets ahead, up by 11. And we'll be back right after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson, joined by Kenny Smith. Chris Paul has been the story in this one. He ended up with 22 points and 1 steal. He struggled in their last game, but he's not having any problems tonight. Really good first half for him. He was right on the mark. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Rockets?
Well, Paul is one of the best point guards of this era, period, Ernie. There isn't anything the D has tried on him that's even come close to working. With CP3 running the show, this is a finely tuned offense. I bet he'll keep the pressure on in the second half and try to lock this game down.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Boston?
Well, the differential in rebounding was huge. And it goes back to the fundamentals, blocking out and just maintaining position. Instead, they went to the lazy man's route, flying in the air, trying to steal rebounds. Well, that didn't work. No one is going to give you an easy rebound. They need to show some fight.
That's it for now, as the second half is just about ready to go. We, and I mean the three of us, will be right here after the final buzzer.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. It's been a clinic by Chris Paul.
And the thing I noticed most in that first half was his offense. He was not wasteful with his opportunities and also did a great job of converting with the chances he had.
Yes, sound fundamentals. Lots of patience that led to that efficient scoring effort.
So it's Boston now, 11-point game. Tyler Zeller out there with buckets. Then there's Irving, and it's Hayward, and it's Smart in at the shooting guard. That's the group for Brad Stevens getting going here in the second half. Zeller passes to Buckets. Three-pointer, Hayward. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Somebody's not reading the scouting report. How can you leave this guy uncovered from range? It's a mystery.
Dishes it to Mba Amute. Ball against Irving. The kick out to Anderson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Anderson's got his third basket of the night. Irving passes to Buckets. Hayward up top. From the arc. Does not score for only the second time in 7 shots this game. In the corner, Harden, wide open look. He squares up and sinks it. Harden's got the lead up to 13 now for Houston.
Oh, that's just the confidence. Harden has in himself. I mean, ready to fire as soon as he receives the pass.
Irving dishes to Smart. The three-pointer, no good.
Very slow start so far this half. They're only 1 for 4 so far.
Nice spin off the left rim and in. Anderson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yet another easy make. They're really cooking now after making their 3rd straight shot to begin this half.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, KYRIE Irving was a virtuoso ball handler when he came into the league. He could penetrate at will and get to the rim. But with all the injuries over the years, he's made an adjustment to that. He said, I enjoy finishing around the big men, but honestly, I'm trying to stay off the floor. I'm not going to stop trying to get to the basket, but with the big men we have, I don't have to do it every single time. We all learned that lesson over the years, Kevin.
You paid the price going in there, don't you, DA? Thank you. Harden kicks to Paul. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Clearly a foul.
Rockets have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12.
Chris Paul at the line for 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Celtics coach Brad Stevens, a big believer, Chris, in keeping things as simple as he can for the players.
And very focused. From the first day when he took over, he showed the players the numbers of where the team had to get better. Just as important, he showed them how thin a margin separated them from being the top seed or missing the playoffs completely. That breeds confidence, but also focus. They realize how every play matters.
Celtics trail by 17. Now, here is Irving. 9 points in the game so far. Down low, it's stolen by Capella. Irving against Paul. Well, we're into the 3rd quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. The 3 from Harden. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Houston making a switch here. Gordon's checked in. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Start it.
Outside Irving. Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Pass to Hayward. Pulls it up. Boston. No good that time either.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these 2 teams in that area.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Houston, Chris Paul, 2 shots.
Free throw, good. Paul. Marcus Morris is checked in for Boston. And a change for the Rockets. Nene is checked in. And so Paul nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Irving against Paul. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. And it's Hayward. That time on the assist by Morris. 17 points for Gordon Hayward.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Paul kicks to Nene. Up off the screen. 6 to shoot. Paul against Irving. Another miss by Houston.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
The Rockets pull it in. Anderson's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Now the feed to Mbah-a-Moute. And what was that about? Not a good shot right there. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
I mean, they just look totally disengaged out there. Seems like they've given up on this one.
Nene, the screen. Paul kicks to Nene. And stolen by Hayward. Smart with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. Here's Horford. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Horford's got 7.
Pretty good defense there. But remember, Horford is one of the best shooting big men in the game. He wasn't fazed.
And it had been something that had been talked about in the past via trade, but Al Horford joined Boston in the offseason via free agency. It was the fit that he wanted team-wise, and Horford was ready for a new challenge. So great fit with this roster and the city of Boston.
Morris, a screen on its way from Hayward for 2. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists in the game. Paul kicks to Gordon. Back to Paul. Over to the wing. Mbah-a-Moute, the pass to Nene. The 10-footer. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And Al Horford got a max deal to come to the Boston Celtics. GA, he's on the wrong side of 30, but when you look at his game, his all-star resume, you don't see a real sharp decline coming.
Great point, Kevin, and that's why the Celtics were willing to give Horford the contract they gave him. It was one of the bigger free agent names on the market. You knew that the Celtics would want to make a splash in free agency, and he was their guy.
And the Celtics making a change here. Baines is checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. And now with the fast break, Smart with the ball. Nice ball movement by Boston. Paul with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Anderson dishes to Paul. Gordon kicks to Anderson. Out to the wing. Mbah-a-Moute, the pass to Nene. Clock at 6. Shot by Gordon, wide open. Drains the three-pointer. Gordon's got 11 points.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot that D can afford to give him.
Now a timeout called by Boston. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Mbah-a-Moute. Irving up top, defended by Paul. Irving dishes to Baines. Rebound by Nene. Nene's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Henderson. The rebound by the Celtics. Morris has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Outside Irving. They set the pick. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Kept alive by Boston. Baines. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And these are his 2nd and 3rd free throws tonight. And the first one at the line is good. Brown is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Harrell, he's checked in for Anderson. He's perfect from the line this time. Houston leading by 16. Paul kicks to Gordon. Paul against Irving. Paul outside. To the paint. He wants to get it to Nene and does. 5 on the clock. From the top of the key. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. And that's 28 points for Chris Paul.
And just a little bit ragged defensively.
Well, somebody needs to wake them up and tell them they need to put forth a much better effort on D if they want to get back in this one.
And here's Brown outside. Rebound by Harrell. The Rockets have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. To the middle. Here's Ariza. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. That's on Jaylen Brown.
Kev, whenever I see Trevor Ariza out there, I can't help but think of how he came into the spotlight. He went from being a role player early to becoming a major part of teams after his stint with the Lakers. He said he learned a lot from playing with Kobe.
This is his first chance at the line tonight. The first one falls. And with Ariza, part of his progression was natural, but he knows that he made a huge jump after he played with Kobe in L.A.
Well, I thought his quote about playing against Kobe was great. I mean, he said, the first time I played against Kobe, he scored 40 on me. The last time I guarded him, he scored 35. So I guess I got a little bit better. You know what? Great sense of humor. Just glad to see it.
Ariza hits them both. And Ariza isn't a guy you build a team around, Chris, but he is a solid starter in the NBA.
And he's a guy that's supposed to get more credit for his tenacity on the defensive end. His frame and defensive fundamentals allow for a lot of flexibility from his coach. He still has fast hands and is always up there in steals when the season comes to a close.
So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Houston, Eric Gordon, taking 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one. Both shots good from the stripe. A difficult situation for Boston. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Morris a screen. Smart kicks to Morris. And here's Brown outside. It's rebounded by Houston.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. So that will be his 2nd foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Chris Paul, 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Paul. Big Reds checked in for Houston. And so Paul nails both of them. And the Celtics shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. On the wing, Irving, defended by Paul. 6 to shoot, and Chris Paul picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Morris a screen. Smart passes to Irving.
Now this would be a totally different ball game if this shot was on target like it usually is.
Boston, no good that time either. Paul kicks to Harrell. Irving against Paul. That one doesn't go. Now Boston takes it the other way. Kicks to Irving. To the inside. Makes it off the glass. Baines has got 7 points.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Here's Houston now. They're on a 14-6 run. Ariza a screen on Irving. Back to Paul. Inside. Here's Big Red. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
How about that assist? Accurate toss inside for the high percentage look.
Boston shooting 34% from the field. That's not going to get it done. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Tyler Zeller's checked in for the Celtics. James Harden, he's checked in for the Rockets. Houston's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Pass to Big Red. He feeds it to Gordon. And it's Ariza in the corner. Fires the three. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Buckets. He's checked in for Aaron Baines. The Celtics shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working.
He's not your typical gunslinger from downtown, but he found a soft spot in that defense.
Harden kicks to Gordon. With the teardrop, he lays it in. 15 points in the game.
That's an aggressive approach to the rack, but still he calmly floated it in.
A minute 50 left here in the third quarter. There's a good screen. The pass to Buckets. For the three. Yes! And it's Irving picking up the assist. Irving's got 6 assists in the game.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Uses the glass to finish the layup. And it's 6 points for Big Red.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now Irving. He's got 9. To the wing on the left. Passes it to Buckets. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Brown outside. It's rebounded by Houston. Harrell's got 3 rebounds now in this one. To the paint. And he lays it straight in. Big Red's got 8.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Zeller, a screen on Harden. Kept alive. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Feeds it to Gordon. Lets it go. And he overshot that one, missing.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Oh, no, you're right. It's selfish on his part to attempt that. Should have passed it back out and tried to get a better look.
Harden with it. He kicks to Gordon. There's the triple. The shot, no good. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. The Rockets on top, delivering the blowout. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. Now let's listen into the huddle of Brad Stevens.
Pace of play is a big part of tonight, okay? Make sure on the bench when we come back, we lift it.
One of the team's great young teachers, Brad Stevens, wanting his guys to control the tempo.
Yeah, and he feels if they push it, if they attack intelligently, it's going to be to their advantage.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Fourth quarter on the court for the Rockets. Luke Mbamute out there with Anderson. Then it's Harden, then it's Chris Paul, and it's Capella in at the 5. Outside Irving. Brown dishes to Horford. Fires from deep. But they get it back. Irving for 3. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Irving's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Celtics. Paul passes to Anderson. Paul kicks to Harden. Takes a 3. Some solid defense from Brown.
His offense remains mostly absent, but he still has been a team player in helping get them the lead.
And on the way from Irving for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Anderson outside. Back to Paul. Anderson with the screen for Paul. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark.
Well, after hitting a couple in the first, he has cooled down a bit here.
Horford dishes to Hayward. Horford sets a screen for Hayward to the inside. Brown. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And in a draft class full of great wing players, it is easy to sleep on Jaylen Brown, but he can become a great player. Has everything you want from a wing in terms of skill set and that physicality. He could have a ceiling just as high as anybody else in this draft.
That free throw good from Brown. And you look at Jaylen Brown, he can go at the rim, pull up to shoot, plays good D. If his jumper gets a little more consistent, he can be scary.
Yeah, and that is what this team was hoping for when they drafted him. Just looking at the areas that he needs to work on, they are all, I think, correctable things. He's going to put up a lot of highlights over the course of his career.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Paul kicks to Anderson. Back to Paul. Over in the corner, Mbamute. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Celtics trail by 13. Hayward, left side. Horford kicks to Irving. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. The biggest lead of the game was 24 points.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Paul passes to Mbamute. It's tipped. And Anderson has it in the corner. The dish to Mbamute. Another miss by Houston.
But he's just looked lost on offense, but luckily for him, his teammates have really stepped up in a big way.
Here's buckets. Boston again missing. Rockets leading by 13. To the inside. Kicks it out to Harden. Three-pointer. Gordon Hayward comes up with the rebound. Hayward's got his 4th rebound in this one. From outside the arc. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in. Rockets have gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the 4th quarter underway. They set the pick. Paul with the 3. And Boston with the rebound. Hayward's got rebound number 5 here tonight. He dishes it to Horford. Irving against Paul. On the wing, Irving. They get it back. Buckets. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
At the line for the Celtics. Buckets. Will be at the line shooting 2.
First one falls for him. He's off on the second. Rockets leading by 12. Harden outside. And good as it rattles through the hoop.
Oh, what a beautiful, wonderful, exceptional, pretty jump shot from Harden. He burns guys with his masterful jumper.
Nice ball movement by Boston. Horford with a screen on Paul. Irving's shot is good.
And when he gets it going, this is what can happen. They need to think about the double team now.
Paul kicks to Capella. Anderson the screen. Dishes it to Amute. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Puts up a 3. Unable to get that one. Now Boston takes it the other way.
He hit a 3 in the first half. Now he's searching for his first outside shot in the second half.
Is it me, or does it just feel like he gets every rebound that comes up?
Oh, it's like he's a magnet to the ball. No matter where he goes, it finds him.
Anderson, a screen on Irving. Paul dishes to Anderson. Pass to Harden. High post try. No good off the back of the rim.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
They made that possession super uncomfortable, and as a result, they got the stop they needed.
Rockets leading by 11. To the paint, here's Anderson. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Oh, you asking me? The defense has been garbaggio. I've lost track. The D has been non-existent, and they've taken full advantage of it.
Picked by Horford. On its way from Hayward for 2. And it comes off the front of the rim.
That was a half-hearted pick. And he was just going through the motions on that possession, and now it ends up costing him.
A three-pointer is right on target.
That gives him his second 3 of the half, with 3 total for the game.
Horford sets a screen for Irving. Offline with his 3. Rockets shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And it's Buckets with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second personal foul.
There's the screen. Here is Amute.
And since halftime, he just doesn't have a clue when it comes to shooting.
No good from outside.
Now, he doesn't look like himself right now. Nothing is going on.
Horford gets the bucket.
And when he gets it in close, Al Horford is one of the best, one of the premier finishers in this league.
Anderson with the screen for Paul. Off the screen. Misses off the left iron. Celtics trail by 14. Hayward kicks to Irving. The rebound by Harden.
Is he trying to get a shoe contract deal? Because he's showing no interest in moving the ball right now. He's trying to make a one-man commercial. He's just content to try to get his points, and that's all.
The feed to Capella. Hayward against Mbamute. 6 to shoot. Here's Paul. Cans the shot from the wing. Paul's got 32 points in the game.
This has been an amazing display, a true crowd-pleasing performance for him. I mean, and it's helped get this team the lead.
And it's Buckets with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Rockets leading by 16. Paul passes to Capella. Irving against Paul. Back to Capella. Kicks it to Paul. Gets the leaner to fall. Paul's got 34.
That's what happens when you show great discipline like he has in his shot selection. Only taking the ones he feels he really can knock down.
Horford with the screen on Paul. Irving kicks to Horford. Hayward passes to Buckets. Puts up a 3. And that's good. KYRIE Irving for 3. He's got 24.
He has put forth an outstanding effort on offense this quarter. He will need to keep it up if they really want to cut into this lead.
Over in the corner, Mbamute to the paint. Here's Capella. The rebound by the Celtics. Horford's got 6 rebounds in the game. James Harden with the rebound. Harden's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Anderson dishes to Harden. Anderson outside. Pass to Harden. Houston moving it around. Expanding his range. And Mbamute can't get it to go.
And boy, has he been struggling big time here in the quarter.
Well, it hasn't been his best, just to say the least. He just needs to calm down out there and let the game come to him.
Hayward passes to Buckets. Can't hit the free throw line jumper.
Great looking defense, really, just to disrupt the rhythm on that shot.
They made that possession super uncomfortable, and as a result, they got the stop they needed.
Harden outside. He feeds it to Mbamute. There's the pass to Harden. Fires from deep. Hits it from three-point range.
After going scoreless in the first half, he has found his shot in the second.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. You look at Chris Paul. What a contribution.
He's just hitting everything out there. The defense looks utterly dumbfounded in terms of how to slow him down.
Celtics trail by 18. Outside Irving. Launches it. Connects from three-point range. Irving's got 18 points now here in the second half.
You have got to make some kind of a defensive adjustment here. He is just lighting them up from beyond.
His three-point shot has just been lethal today, and there is no end in sight to this barrage.
Paul for three. Rebounded by Smart. Smart's got 5 rebounds tonight. Inside, Irving. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 4 assists now tonight.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Harden outside. Paul outside. 6 to shoot. Poke loose and stolen by Hayward. Down low. That one's in there. Rocket lead is cut to just 11 on the basket from KYRIE Irving.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that deuce.
We've got 1:23 left to play in the final quarter. Paul kicks to Mbamute. Another miss by Houston.
His outside shot isn't synced up right now, and he should think about trying to go inside as this game winds down. Okay, he's holding his own tonight, but they may need more than that from him.
Rockets leading by 9. Harden kicks to Paul. Anderson outside. 4 on the clock. Capella kicks to Mbamute. They get the rebound. Harden outside. Pass to Capella. Anderson the screen. Capella dishes to Harden. Jacks up a 3. Anderson passes to Paul. No good, and they can't put an end to this drought. So it's Boston now. They trail by 9 points. Pass to Buckets. Back to Hayward. Horford kicks to Smart. And the 3 off target. Here is Harden. So Houston wins it. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Kevin. Ryan, it was a great night of shooting for you. What does it mean to you that your teammates have the confidence to get you the ball when you're in position to score?
They have a ton of confidence in me. Even if I'm missing them, they want me to keep shooting because a lot of times I'm open. So, my teammates do a great job of finding me. I got to just keep shooting. I mean, that's what shooters should do. You can't lose confidence in your shot. You just have to be ready and focused and just shoot the next one and hopefully it goes in.
Yeah, the next one's always going in, right? Thanks very much, Ryan. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you later.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey, everybody. Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal, seen here. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Chris Paul. He lit up the scoreboard in the first quarter. Defenders tried to make adjustments, but were woefully unsuccessful. Clearly, his outburst set the tone for the rest of the evening.
Fantastic. I mean, that performance by Chris Paul, they were humming like a fine-tuned engine and him running the show. His vision, his leadership, his attitude, he was the glue that held them together tonight. And he couldn't have been any better in this win.
At home, Ernie, on the road, Kenny, doesn't matter. This guy is impossible to handle when he gets rolling. The crowd was doing its best to fire this guy up and get him to respond, but nothing worked. He was too much for him. Great night from a great, great player.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Kenny Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, for Kevin Harlan, and for the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. I hope you have a wonderful, even beyond wonderful, a spectacular, just great. I mean, see you.
Good night.